Hey, it's Sunday again. How quick does that come round? It's really fast these days, and I have to say I've really been looking forward to it. I hope you guys have too. So yeah, 6:30 p.m. UK time, and we've got a really full show tonight. But can I start by sending you all lots of love on this Valentine's Day? Yes, February the 14th. So it is Valentine's night this evening over here in the UK. And my wife's been really good about it. She said, yeah, you go on, do your live stream, have fun. And I think we're going to be doing a little Zoom or FaceTime chat with our friends after the live show. So bless her for that, and lots of love to her for allowing me always to do these things for you guys. We've got lots and lots coming up tonight. I've got no less than 3 videos for you. We're going to look, I have to, don't I? Let's be fair. We're going to look at the custom seizures that I have been told by so many people this week. And yet we'll have a look at that story. I've done a little piece on that. I've also done a small piece on live venue passports, health passports, to help get us out of this terrible pandemic situation. And it sounds like it might be something really viable. So we've got that coming up as well. We've also got, we're going to see Pete Brown's guitar collection tonight, a new feature which I've kind of been trailing a little bit for you guys over the past weeks, because I have been saying to you on a regular basis, if you guys want to come on the channel, I'm really happy to share your guitar collections, your stories, your music, whatever you'd like me to share for you. And Pete is a long time supporter of the channel. I will go and check in a minute and see if he's in. I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that Pete Brown is in tonight. In fact, it was funny because last week we did Jay's video, and I don't think Jay was in, or at least he wasn't in for the whole of it, which was a bit of a shame, but there we go. So we've got those 3 things coming up as videos tonight, but we should also have another guest as well this evening. One of my long time supporters and patrons, I must add, Grumpy Mike, is going to try and join us for a little chat on or around the hour, on the hour I should say, so in about 27 minutes, which will be really good fun, because I don't think we've actually had a good face-to-face chat before, although obviously the way I'm doing this, it won't be face-to-face for poor Mike, because I can't use my camera while I'm sharing it with OBS, so he's going to see the little CGS circle. But fingers crossed, hopefully that will work as well, and we'll have a little bit of fun and a little interview with Grumpy Mike tonight. And so that's what we've got coming up. Of course, I've got to go over to Chat Cam. Oh, I do that every week, don't I? And there we go. The very first one is my brother, Bam Mozzie. Great to see you, mate. And I'm going to cheat again, and I'm going to go into participants to say hello to everybody. So we have got Bam Mozzie, we've got BC Rich 581, Ben Coombs, both my top moderators in tonight, brilliant. Budget Guitar Show, great to see you, my brother. CJ, I hope you're feeling better, my friend. Get well real soon. Okay, Dennis Pointer, great to see you as well. Gavin James, Gorby Flat 5. James Severin, Janice Lala, Mark Cummins, Mark Dalton, Walid. Pete Brown is in, he's in the house, excellent. Pete Hickson, Thomas Hijack, and Trevor Locke. Oh, Nicholas Colding, did I miss you? I'm so sorry, my friend. There we go. So we've got a nice lot in tonight, and I am going to dive down this, oh, hello. I'm going to dive down this chat, and I'm going to say a big hello to Sandra, because, bless you, I've got my 2 ladies in tonight, which is lovely. Lovely to see you. And let's see who else has done a CGS already. There's Grumpy Mike. There he is, getting ready in the background. Awesome. Dan from Scott's Guitars. How did I not see you in that list? Waled says, hello, Mike. Lovely. And again, just a quick reminder, if you want to grab my attention and get your comment looked at easier, then if you can put an @CGS at the front of it, I get to see it a lot easier. So that'd be cool. Thank you. Okay. Let's see if I've got any other CGSs. Budget Guitar Show. Hello, everyone. Hi, CGS. Hey, man. Good to see you. And Ben, excellent. Excellent. Oh, crikey. William De Silva and Ole Hansen I didn't say hello to. Hey, William, how you doing? Dave Lewis. Mike, who's the chick on Friday's new guitar day picture? I got asked if that was my wife. Now, I am really, really fortunate in that my wife is 9 years younger than me. If you can call that fortunate, I don't know. I think we're probably of the same mentality. I think that us guys probably mature at a lot slower rate, so we're probably at the same level of maturity. But no, that young lady was a stock picture. And the reason I used her was because she was going, and she was shocked at the quality of this Glary guitar. Let's take the strap off that. So yeah, we had an unboxing of this on Friday, I think it was. Let me give you the wider shot. That's a little bit better. There we are. Oh, let's get it in the light. Okay. Yeah, we had a lot of fun unboxing this. I put quite a lot of work into that because I enjoy it and because I know you guys enjoy it as well. But yeah, that was about, I'm going to say, coming on for 3 days work there, because I did a day of recording the song with my daughter. I did the unboxing on a different day and edited that down because I couldn't play it because of my finger. And wow, look at my finger now. No kidding, look, it's absolutely, completely, you couldn't even see that it was hurt. Amazing. It's really, really recovered. I can still see a little line there, but hey. So yeah, a lot of work went into that, but really, really enjoyed it. And thanks so much to everybody that was in on the premiere of that. I had a great time that night. Thank you. So let's quickly see. We got Terry's 3Gs saying hello. Hello, old chap. Good to see you. Good to see you. We got Jake Lee Guitar. He says, hey CGS, sorry I've missed the last few weeks. Loved the Gary Moore tribute. Well, bless you, brother. Thanks so much for that. Again, that was another video that they've all been labours of love recently, but I don't mind that because actually the subject matter is absolutely worth it. I really enjoyed making that Gary Moore tribute, not only playing the tune that I've been meaning to put down on tape. When did we ever use tape last? That shows how old I am. But I've been meaning to lay down as a track for the longest time. And also nipping down, it's about a 40-minute drive to go to Rottingdean to visit his final resting place. So yeah, that was good fun. But I'm really, really glad you enjoyed it. Thanks, brother. That's awesome. Okay, let me see what else we got. We got Tall Thin Kev. Hey, he's in the process of grading his now. Now, what am I thinking there? Grading. Ah, yes, the Glary Telly, of course. Now, you have to forgive me on these streams because I reckon I'm about 30 seconds up to a minute behind the chat. Definitely, and also I haven't got down to the chat yet because I'm still saying hello to everybody. But there we are. So yeah, cool, man. I hope that's going real well for you. Gavin James says, I had the AstraZeneca jab yesterday. Feeling a bit rough today. Flu-like symptoms, only temporary though. Do you know what? That's really strange because my mum had the AstraZeneca and had exactly the same situation. My father went a week and a half later and got the Pfizer vaccine. No side effects at all. Not saying that there's a problem with the AstraZeneca actually, because it's been proven that that one actually stops you being able to spread the virus, which is really cool. And I'm not sure that the others have had that test yet, but it looks like the efficacy of all of those vaccines is really, really good. So let's keep our fingers firmly crossed that we're getting out of the woods, folks. And actually, that's a real good news story coming up later on tonight, because I really do hope that we're going to be back to live music and live events real soon. Right, let me go back in here. What have we got? Oh, bless you. Thomas Hijack. He says, shout out to the lefties. Well, bless you, brother. And let me give you a blue, for the first time, blue one of these. There we go. Because I keep forgetting to switch the camera back. Bless you. Thank you, my friend. Always very much appreciated, but never courted. And I have a little drop of the old JD tonight. So actually, that's not a drop, is it? My wife poured that for me. Let me make that absolutely clear. My wife poured that for me. But thank you for that, brother. Bless you. Very kind. So, yeah, let's say hello to all the lefties. Hey, Alexis Guitars. Good to see you, man. Walid says... Walid, where's that gone? That's all jumped out. Oh, my goodness. Walid says... I'm always happy when I have guitar scars after a long playing session. Oh yeah, oh yes, I know that feeling very well, my friend. Brad Miller, yo, good to see you as well. And it was lovely to have a chat with you last week. And again, let me know if any of you guys would like to come on the show. Grumpy Mike did say to me last week, oh, I'm so sorry I missed it. I'd love to come on. I said, well, come on this week. That's real cool. And so we're going to do that tonight. But if any of you want to come on, have a little chat, just say hello. It'll only be 5 minutes. We're not going to make you do a whole presentation or anything like that. Just come on and say hi, because, well, it's nice, isn't it? Okay, so we got Dale Palmer as well. Hey, Dale, good to see you, brother. Let me mention while I think about it, because I can see him very active in the chat as always. Let me remind you guys that our brother Ben will be streaming live tonight, no doubt, at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And so go and check him out. Canucks and Guitars. Canucks. Let me get that right. It's very difficult to pronounce that because I don't come from Canada. So, but check him out tonight. He's a good man. He's always very helpful in here, as is the lovely Ben Mozzie and Terry Street G's, of course. And of course, Grumpy Mike and Big Gary Tollander. Good to see you, man. He's in. There he is. Woo! Budget Guitar Show says, Glary Guitar customer service is fantastic. I would concur, although I got a little bit tetchy with them in the comments section of the video. I don't know if you noticed that. I know they did, because they responded, because they asked me in the video, what's the word, in the video comments, where's the link to our guitar? And it's like, I always tell them that when I'm doing a premiere, I can't put the link to the guitar in the premiere description, otherwise it completely ruins the surprise. So I always add it, usually straight after the premiere. I have to put my hand on my heart and be honest that I forgot this time, so it was the next day. So they said, where's the link? And I said, well, where's the fee? It was a bit cheeky, but hey, you know, I put a lot of time and effort into that. It would have been nice if they said, great video, thanks, Mike. But there we go. Anyway, yes, they've got very good customer service. Tony Smith says, I will not be buying any more guitars from Thomann or Europe again because of all the added hassle and charges. Oh man, I think they're going to get that sorted out fairly soon. It's teething trouble, it really is. I think, given the fact that we waited until the very last minute to get a Brexit deal, and the fact that that was quite an achievement right at the last minute, it's going to take a while for them to get all these fees and all this nonsense sorted out. I think pretty soon they will go back to just leveling the playing field. At the end of the piece, the thing that I'm not impressed with is not the fact that that Thomann are taking off the VAT and then it's being added as it comes back into this country. What I'm a little bit miffed about is the fact that all of the delivery used to be free, but now it seems like the couriers and the shipping agents are using the opportunity to put shipping fees on for the end customer, and I think that sucks. I really do, because it wasn't there before. Why should it be there now? So I totally get what you're saying, Tony, but we can't blame Thomann for that, I'm afraid. Quentin, there he is. Oh, I'm so behind the chat, I'm so sorry. Let me quickly grab, where is he? There he is. He says, does the vaccine work with MIDI and my 4-cable method? Mate, the vaccine's never going to work on you, brother. Let's be honest. I don't think COVID would be brave enough to attack you, my friend. Here's to you. And it's not Walter, it's JD. Okay, I have got to zip down these comments a little bit quicker. What's going on? There we go. Because I am getting really well behind. Pete Brown says, have a drink for me. Done. I don't need asking twice, that's for sure. Trevor Locke says, if she poured that for you, you're in for a good night. Yeah, let's hope so, mate. Let's hope so. I love the picture of you and your puppy there. It's so sweet. It really is. Let me quickly grab a couple more. Terry says, I can come on. Brilliant. Do that, mate. We can do that next week. How's that for you? That would be absolutely awesome. Budget Guitar Show, you'd love to come on one day as well? Well, definitely, guys. Definitely. Let's see if we can get the two of you on together next week. You hail from Kanukistan. And Ben, why don't you come on with the other two guys as well, and we'll have a little chat about whatever's in the news next week, because I kind of try to pick up on topical things. So this custom seizure that everybody's been talking about this week, I had to cover it because I was the China guitar skeptic. You could sort of say that I still am. But, and also it's great to have this live venue passports thing. And all these stories are coming from you guys. It's you lot that email me and feed me these great things that we can all chill out and chat about on a Sunday. So thank you very much for that. Right, let me bomb down. I did see Tony Smith. He says, Mike, how are you dealing with not being able to jam with anyone? I really miss my guitar mates not being able to come round and have a jam. Do you know what, brother? I'm almost beside myself with that now. I am really missing it. In fact, I was setting up the katana, the Boss katana, the other day, and you probably can't see on the floor behind me there, not beyond my big tummy, but I've been playing that, and I put the foot switch on, and I had a nice clean tone, a nice crunch tone, a nice distorted tone, and a lovely lead tone coming out of that katana. And I stood there playing, and I was singing. I was just singing for a few numbers that I used to do. And I was thinking, I so want to play live again. Even if we do it for you guys on a Sunday, you know, get the little 3-piece or 4-piece together and do it all here in the studio, put it through the mixer. It's just the playing with other people. I really miss it. And I know you guys do too as well. So yeah, really good point. Let me dive down. My word, loads and loads and loads of comments. Budget Guitar Show, I'll get that out in a moment. Budget Guitar Show says, haha, yes, Larry even has less followers and video views than I have and still don't meet their review criteria. Yeah, tell me, man. CJ says, Mike just realised my Patreon sub hasn't been active for a while, but it's back up now. The hazards of changing cards and not remembering to change. Brother, you know, I've actually been umming and ahhing and considering doing away with Patreon, and it's for the simple reason that I've never felt that comfortable with not regularly doing something and putting something back in there. Now, I know that you and a lot of the other guys have been so kind, just said, no, just want to support the channel and whatnot. But I'm thinking, let me know what you guys think. I'd be really, really keen to know. Don't say in the chat, because I need to get a couple of these videos out for you and we need to talk to Grumpy Mike. But I'd be really keen to know what you guys think about me doing a join for the channel rather than the Patreon. Do you know, the funniest thing is I've never put my bank details into Patreon yet, and I have no idea how much has sort of built up in there, because I was thinking I would let it build up, let it build up, let it build up, and then use that to get a guitar or something for the channel for you guys to see. So let me know what you think. Let me know how you feel about that, because that would be really cool. But do not worry for 1 minute, CJ. You have been such a great supporter. And to be fair to everybody here tonight, it's very, very kind. It's always very kind to see super chats and things like that, but I never caught it, because the thing I appreciate the most is you guys being here and us hanging out and chatting together. So keep that up. That makes my day. Right, let me see. I'm going to dive down. Yep. Both Budget Guitar Show and Terry's 3G are in for next week. Let's hope that the Mr. Coombs can come in and moderate that for me. Mark Cummings, this is it. He says, I've only played one live once every couple of weeks at an evening service, but you really miss it. Totally, excuse me. I've already started to get wind again this week. Last week that beer was really giving me the gas, but there we go. Yeah, well, again, getting back to that is going to be really, really key, isn't it? It really is. So I hope you can soon, brother. Also, Ben says, I have Patreon, go to my PayPal, no banking need. Oh, well, there you go. Yeah, Ben's in for next week as well. There is Aaron as well. Hey, the whole crowd are in. And Dale Palmer. Dale, good to see you, man. And do you know what? I love the fact, now this is something, again, with you guys and this community. I love the fact that Dale always seems to come in at the end of my premieres, say, that was a great video, thanks Mike, cheers, and off again. You know, I know he's probably been there watching the whole thing, but always leaves it until the end. He's a really good lurker. And I lurk and work on a lot of premieres, so it's good stuff. Right, I'm going to dive back over here, and I'm going to see how many of you we have in and how we're doing with the likes and all that good stuff. We've got 74 of you in at the moment, and 30 likes. What should we say? Give me another 5 likes. You've got 76 of you watching now, so I reckon we can get another 5 likes as quick as you like, and then we will have a little look at our first video. And in fact, you can choose. There's one. Okay, I'll put that there because that really does confuse me. I get 2 seconds delay in these, so if I'm talking, oh, it just drives me crazy. Right, we've got one more like to get. We're up to 39 likes. Well, what can I say? Of course, we've got to watch the video now. But guys, let me dive into the comments and you choose this week. I always get to choose. So what would you like to see first? Would you like to see the custom seizure video? Would you like to see Pete Brown's guitar collection in the very first of the viewers guitar feature? Or would you like to see the live venue health passports good news video? It's entirely up to you. Tell me now and I'll do whatever you guys say first. Let's have a look. Mike, I've seen you play bass. Are there any bassists you really like? Oh, that's a great question. Let me highlight that and come back to it after we've seen this video. That's brilliant. So what do we want to do? What do we want to see, guys? I bet you've probably already put it. Seizures. Okay, Gavin James is there. And also Pete Brown. He wants custom seizures as well. So I think that's video 2. In fact, I'm almost certain it is. So let's go and have a look at that. Yes. Lots of you have sent me this article this week, including Gavin, Brian and Gareth, and it was an article that was run in Guitar World. Customs agents seize $158,000 worth of counterfeit guitars, including fake Gibsons, Fenders and Martins at Washington DC Airport. The 33 fake axes included a Jimmy Page double neck, Ace Frehley Les Paul and a Sign/Electric. US Customs and Border Protection officers at Washington Dulles International Airport in Washington DC recently seized 36 counterfeit guitars from China. The guitars, which include 27 Gibsons, 6 Fenders and 2 Martin acoustics and 1 PRS, arrived in 36 separate shipments on December the 15th. According to US Customs and Border Protection, their combined retail price, if authentic, would be $158,692. Upon their arrival, however, officers suspected that the guitars, which included a Jimmy Page double neck and a model autographed by Slash, were counterfeit and detained all the instruments. The report also cites the most expensive of the bunch to be an Ace Frehley Les Paul, which if real would be valued at $9,000. The guitars, according to cbp.gov, were heading to addresses in 21 different states as well as Australia. Customs and Border Protection import specialists worked with the manufacturers and trademark holders and confirmed the guitars to be counterfeit. The seizure was completed on January the 20th. Said Keith Fleming, CBP's acting director of field operations in Baltimore, transnational criminal organisations will counterfeit anything that generates illicit revenues, and unscrupulous vendors line their pockets by preying on unsuspecting customers. Protecting intellectual property rights is a Customs and Border Protection trade enforcement priority, and CBP officers will continue to seize counterfeit and potentially unsafe consumer goods when we encounter them.
I know that you're cheap, but you're cheap in your mind.
Yeah, so there we go. Yes, and you're absolutely right, Bam Mozzie. They were only $158,000 if they were the real deal, which of course they weren't, they were fakes. I've got a few little facts before I ask you guys what you think about that. Obviously, one thing I wanted to mention is if you haven't checked it out or you're not subscribed to his channel, Austin over at Trogley's Guitars did a brilliant video on it this week where he went round every single one of them with his knowledge of second-hand gear, which is second to none, and he did work out that Customs had got it almost absolutely spot on. So they got that right. Now, one thing I wanted to mention is, yes, absolutely, I was going to mention what Bam Mozzie's already mentioned, which is that they would only be that value if they were real and they were the real deal, which of course they're not. But one of the things that really struck me was all those 36 guitars came in one day on the 15th of January. Now, if you extrapolate that, I did some research ready for this tonight, and in the USA there are 328 ports of entry where border force work and where goods can be shipped in and out, whether that's from China or wherever that is. So if you extrapolate that out, if you say that there's going to be 36 guitars in one day coming into 328 different ports, that's 11,808 guitars per day. But annually, that adds up to 4,309,920 guitars per year. And that's just the USA. I did exactly the same calculation for the UK, where we've got 140 inlets where we actually bring in goods and have shipping come through the UK border force. So if we got 36 guitars a day as well, in each of those, that would be 5,040 guitars per day and 1,839,600 guitars a year. That is mind-boggling. Now, obviously, I'm not for 1 second suggesting that the 36 is average. Dulles International Airport in Washington, I would imagine, is quite a big airport and quite a big hub for some of these things to come in. But you never know. That's a lot of counterfeit guitars still coming in through the borders. And I think that really, really sucks. I'm going to see what you guys think. Let's have a look. Oh, bless you, Scott. Yes, we are. My daughter and I are going to record some more music, definitely. She loves singing. Orbis Band says, if any of them were purchased by an individual, I presume they're out whatever money they spent. Yeah, depends. Now, I would love... No, I wouldn't, because I wouldn't like people to get ripped off. But I would love to discourage people by saying, yes, you're out the money. But if you buy in certain places, then you do get covered by escrow. And I went through this process myself with the last fake that I went to buy. Even though it had my own logo on the headstock, I think... Yeah, I'm pretty sure it did. In fact, I don't think I bought another one once I realised you could get your own name on the headstock. So I don't think I bought a trademark infringing one after that. But anyway, the point being is that I was covered by escrow. So when that got seized as a fake and destroyed, I went to escrow, raised the alarm, and they said, no problem, refunded me. But in between times, I'd also gone to my credit card and got refunded. So when the refund came in from escrow, that went straight back out to my credit card provider. So you've got kind of some safety, and I'm keeping my fingers crossed for all those that bought those guitars that they did manage to get their money back. Although the people that were buying the counterfeits intentionally with the trademarks on, I would feel less concerned for. I would be more concerned for the people that legitimately believed they were buying the real deal, and also the people that had their own logo put on the headstock. Because, and that, looking at that picture, I'm pretty sure that nobody did that. So there we go. Right, let me see, go back over to the comments. I tell you what else I need to do. Let me go and check. I can't see any sign of Mr. Grumpy Mike yet, so just having a quick look. Oh, so sorry. I didn't have chat cam on. I'm really sorry about that. That's bad of me, wasn't it? Do apologise. So I'm just seeing if Grumpy Mike wanted to chip in with a little bit of a comment on that, but he's not there yet. So I tell you what I do want to do. I will go back and I'm going to answer that question. I can't remember who it was from. If I have any bass players that I like. I have to say that I am incredibly influenced by the Beatles in everything I write, everything I play, and although he's not really renowned as an amazing bass player, I love Paul McCartney's bass stylings. I really do. I think he's great. I also like Billy Sheehan. I think he's absolutely amazing. I like Nathan East. I think he's really, really good as well. And you have to include, I've got his bass, you have to include Geddy Lee as well. But there are so many great bass players out there. Is it Greg Bissonette that was with Dave Lee Roth for quite some time as well? Another really good bass player. Claypool, he was amazing. There's so many. Lemmy. I got to mention Lemmy. So there you go. Yeah, I do listen to a fair bit of bass, and I love to play the bass as well. I'm not a great bass player, but I kind of get by. In fact, sometimes I think I get by better on bass than I do on guitars. But I love playing all the instruments, and that was one of the things I did with that track that you just heard actually behind that custom seizure. That was my daughter and I, the track that we put out on Friday, and I love playing all the instruments on a track. And I have promised to do a video showing you guys how I go through the recording process. There's a couple of things I use. I use Focusrite gear interfaces because they're really cool and they just work. But I also use the Zoom R16, so I will get around to doing a video on that for you at some time. Anyway, let's find out what you guys are saying about these counterfeits. Let me see. Trevor Locke says, my Chibson is a wall hanger, lovely to look at from a distance, but playability is awful, as is the build quality. I'm not going to argue with that. Okay, Gavin James says, all the horror stories, but people are still ordering them. Exactly. Let me just also say a quick hello to Fruitcake Tony. Great to see you, brother. Yeah, absolutely. I totally agree with you. People still buying them. I know they're getting better, and there's been a lot of people on my channel recently when I did the video on Tuesday about the Paul Kossoff 59 burst copy. a lot of people said to me, get another one, Mike, get another one. I may do it. If I do it, I won't get the logo on the headstock. I'll put a Milton logo on the headstock, and I may even get them to change the shape a little bit. But I might try another one out at some point to see how far they've come along. Not that I want to encourage anybody to do it, but it's still good to be able to get those and to be able to say what the tells are, because I've done so many videos on the tells, the oversized pickup rings, the Epiphone style flathead bridge screws, the terrible headstock, the oversized headstocks, and also if you're buying a custom, the wrong size diamond. There's so much. The angle, break angle of the headstock. I could go through the whole list again, but it might be good to see how well they come on, because I have seen a few of them now with the smaller pickup rings, with the pin bridges, ABR bridges, and also with the correct truss rod adjuster, with the hex bolt truss rod adjuster. And that's a real worry, because they are getting better, and you know, we don't want them to get too much better, because we want to still be able to tell the difference between a real one and a fake one. It's always going to come down to, at the end of the day, very few of them are putting proper caps on, so you can usually take the pickups out and look to see if it's a veneer or not. There are a few that are having a maple cap and then putting a veneer on the top. They're cheeky devils, they really are. So let's find out what you guys are saying. Budget Guitar Show, as you know, oh, sorry. Yeah, you and your channel stopped me from buying Chinese fake Steve Jones, and I'm so happy I didn't do it. Dodged a bullet. Well, brilliant. That's exactly what I'm all about, and that's what I've been all about all these years. So really glad that I managed to do that for you, man. And I know we've had that conversation on email. Thank you for that, though. I'm diving down here. I've missed a super chat. Red Rover, he's in, and that is so kind, brother. I have to give you one of these. You've got a blue one tonight, so cheers, brother. Here is to you. I'm going to have a little drop of JD, and to your good health. Very kind, and always appreciated but never courted. And I love the comment as well. This super chat is the exact value of one of those fake guitars. It is. Oh, brilliant. Love it. Pete Brown says, you and Steve from Boston totally retired me from buying fakes. Oh, brilliant. Thank you for the free education. I love how Philip McKnight would brand the fakes. Yeah, Phil and I had a really good chat about the fakes while we were at, I think it was at TGU initially, or it might even have been I'm not sure he went to the second GitCon. I think it was TGU, or it might have been 42 Gear Street #1. But we've had a lot of, in fact, it's thanks to Phil McKnight that the channel name has changed from China Guitar Skeptic to CGS, because he said to me, you do so much more than just highlight the Chinese guitars. Why don't you change the channel name and let people know that you do other stuff as well? So, love Phil. He's a great guy. And Steve from Boston, of course. Two of my favourite people, and the guys that I hang out with when we go to these things in Germany and the like. So, yeah, love those guys. Let me see what else is down here in comments. Alexis Guitars, hey brother. He says, how do you get out of the guitarist mentality when playing the bass? I play bass like a guitarist, i.e. too many notes, terrible bass solos. I find it really easy. I don't know if you can see this. Let me show you on here, but just from the video with my daughter, no, you can't see it, sorry. But one way of ensuring you play more like a bass player is don't touch a pick. Davey504 will tell you, and he would crucify me if I didn't say this to you, but I always play bass with just my fingers. If it's a really fast line I can't get with my fingers, because that rhythm is quite difficult with multiple fingers, and if I'm really struggling, I will, don't tell Davey, I will swap over and use a nice flexible pick so it still sounds like working with your fingers. But if you play and you pick with just your fingers, it changes the way you attack the strings, and I always try to play the bass with my fingers. So that's how I do it. I hope I sound like a bass player, but you know, I can't sit here and pretend to pontificate about bass playing, because I'm not a bass player. But there we are. But thank you for the question. Okay, we've got Pete Brown says, detoured from buying fakes. Tony Smith says, seizures are a drop in the ocean. Customers know they were getting fakes, upgrade them. Often after receipt, risk them down. Let me read that again. I'm worrying, aren't I? Look, what I'm worrying about is that Grumpy Mike's waiting in the wings. Let me answer this question, Mike, and I will be with you, brother. So, going back to this question. Oh, and I'm still on the super chat. That's why I did that, to remind me to change it back. So, Tony Smith says, Mike, seizures are a drop in the ocean. Customers know they were getting fakes and upgrade them after receipt. Risk and downside is they're not playable on arrival or sold to someone unsuspecting. I'm afraid that you're right, brother. I do think that a lot of people buy them knowingly, and I'm not judging those. I'm not going to sit here in judgment of those people. I think that, you know, everybody is entitled to do whatever they want. I wouldn't do it. Now I know I can get my name on the headstock, but a lot of people do. Let's dive over and meet up with, I'm so excited about this. This is so cool. Let's go and meet with Grumpy Mike. Here we go. Now I need to switch this. There we go. And I need to do that. And I need to admit him. There he is. Hey, brother. Oh, I can't hear your mic. Let me see if I can hear it on here. Now, I thought I had this figured out this week, because last week I struggled, and I thought it was at my end because of the delay that I was getting all that feedback, but it wasn't. And that's why you have very kindly got your headphones in tonight, because it was actually the guys that came on and they could hear my stream, and it was repeating and echoing a little bit like my voice is. But I've taken one headphone off so that I can actually hear my real voice, and I'm trying to ignore the other one. So can we hear you yet? Oh, I can vaguely hear you in the background. Can everybody else hear Grumpy Mike? Now I can't look at the... Oh yes, we're just getting a little bit of you there. That's good. Yeah, I think people can hear that. I really do. And it's lovely to see you, man. Here's to you. Cheers, brother. I am actually raising my glass. You might see it delayed on the stream, but really good to see you, man. Awesome. Have you got JD as well? Oh, right, okay. There we go. So, Grumpy Mike, tell us, what do you think about the fakes, brother? Definitely, I totally agree with you, brother. That's for sure. I'm hoping that other people can hear that really sensible answer there. I'm trying to get my mic closer because I've got a feeling it might be coming out of these speakers again rather than the stream, the OBS. But there we go. Actually, I'll tell you what I'm going to do, just briefly. I might lose you from the screen, but I won't lose you. Bear with me just a second. I'm going to try something. I'm just going to make sure that this is set to preview to Blackmagic Design. Right. That appears to be. Now, I can hear you, and I'm hoping that others can hear you. I'm just going to skip over. It will lose you again while I see. No audio from Mike. We can't hear him. Ah, man. Technical trouble. Well, I can hear you, and it's absolutely lovely. Look, I'm gonna do something. In fact, if you're happy to stay on for a bit straight after the stream, I'll have a bit of a play around and see if we can work out what's gone wrong, and we'll get you back on, because I'd love to interview you and have a chat with you about stuff. But if they can't hear you, it's down to me. Technical issues. Yes, I will do that right now. In fact, here we go. Do not forget to sub to Grumpy Mike. Ben will no doubt be putting a link in the description to Mike's channel, and you go over there and support this guy, because he supported me for the longest time. And I'm really sorry that we've got these technical issues again tonight. What's this like? I mean, seriously, I had this working earlier, and last week, had I switched my mic on, it would have been working perfectly. But I think, I don't know. I tell you what, Mike, I've got an idea. How about, are you on your laptop?
Yeah, and that's what I think is the problem.
Why don't you try it? I'll go away. We'll have a second video. Why don't you try on your phone?
Yeah, let me do that.
Awesome. Okay, man. See you in a bit. Cheers, brother. Wicked. We will try and get that sorted out for you guys. Oh, I'm really sorry. What an absolute nightmare. He's such a lovely guy. Let me just check that somebody has kindly put the link into his channel. Please, let me see. Anybody done that yet? Because he is a lovely guy. He's been supporting me for the longest time. Yeah. There we go. Ben Coombs, you rock. As always, brother. I knew that it'd be a race between you and Bam Mozzie, but you got there. Awesome. Thanks, mate. Okay. Yeah, it's China. The Chinese hitting back. Blues Player 59 says. Right. Excuse me. While we try to sort out a little bit of that technical issue and see if Mike can come back on his phone, and again, Mike, I'm hoping you're still there and listening. Remember, just make sure you put your headphones in, then we won't get that feedback loop, and fingers crossed we might be able to return to that towards the end of the show. So I'll check in a couple of minutes or so while we're playing this video, just to see if you've managed to get back on, and if not, we'll do another week. You know, fingers crossed we're all going to be around, and we'll do it. So I think I'm going to dive over, guys, and I am, oh, let me get the right cam, chat cam, there we go, rather than the, how about we pass the message on? Love it, that is hilarious. And thanks, Budget Guitar Show, for subbing to Grumpy Mike. You're really cool, mate. So I think the majority of you said that you would like to see Pete Brown's video, and I think you're going to enjoy this. And again, I just say that if anybody wants to send me pictures of their guitars, give me a little bit of a background on them, I'll make a video. Yeah, that's what I've done for Pete Brown tonight. I've made a video, and we're going to see his collection of guitars, and I'll do that for anybody that wants to show off their collection, because we all love guitars. We're all gas heads, aren't we? So let's go and have a look at Pete Brown's guitar collection. This is turning into a bit of a thing now, so I decided we'd do a feature called Viewers Guitars. And today we have the lovely collection from Pete Brown. So let's have a look. The very first guitar up is a 2018 Yellow Ibanez Gem, and as soon as he saw it, he played it and bought it. He says there's a few things he'll go for on that guitar that he won't on others: whammy tricks, flutters, harmonics, etc. Besides, he loves Steve Vai. Second guitar is a 1989 black and white Fender Strat made in the USA. He calls it his first real guitar. That guitar is all original. It's just been refretted 3 years ago, but it's still his #1 workhorse for writing, playing and arranging. And it's still going strong. Also his first wife, he jokes. The third guitar up is a 2016 Sierra Sunset Fender Stratocaster made in Mexico. It's got gold-plated hardware, Texas special pickups, and it does a good as a backup for his main Strat. The fourth guitar is a 2019 PRS SE Custom 24 sported maple top. He happened to catch it on a blowout sale for $599. It's one of the best guitars he owns, and it's the best of both worlds between the Strat with single coil splitting and a Les Paul. It's a workhorse and a beast, and it came from Sweetwater all ready to go. His fifth guitar here is a 2016 EVH Striped series with crop circle. It was being sold for short money in 2018 for $599. It was such a great deal, he bought it from Chicago Music Exchange. It was set up ready to go out the box. EVH, need he say more? It's a workhorse, not a case queen. In other words, he plays it. Okay, moving on to our second picture, we've got a 2015 EVH Wolfgang Special made in Mexico with stainless steel frets. Yeah, he paid extra for that. Great stock EVH pickups, a detuner is fun to chug with, and the neck has a raw, smooth finish, and he calls it another beast and workhorse. The second is a 2018 Sterling by Music Man Axis. Not a bad guitar, but the pups are a bit weak, he says. He may have to upgrade them soon, but it's just a backup for now. And the third guitar on this picture is a 2004 OLP by Music Man. This was his first introduction to this type of guitar. His former wife bought it for him for his birthday. It's a solid guitar, thin neck, easy to play, looking to get some DiMarzios or Seymour Duncan's for it, and it's light and good to shred on. Okay, moving on to our third and final picture. These are the new kids, a 29 PRS SE Custom in blue maple neck. The guitar's been a great addition to his stable. He says it played good action, good sustain, and it's a beast. Number 2 here is a 2020 Gibson Les Paul Tribute in Honey Burst. His first Gibson Les Paul. The weight relief on this body brought it in at 7.6 pounds, not 8 or 9 like the other Les Pauls he's tried. Yeah, and he's got a bad left shoulder and neck, so he didn't want a boat anchor. He says it plays great, the sustain is awesome, and he uses it for blues, jazz, classic rock and metal. And then lastly, the 2020 Ibanez RG with a baked maple neck, which is super flat, comfortable and easy to play with string-free body, Air Norton and Time Zone pups, zebra veneer and walnut knobs. Originally it was $799 and he got it $399. Setup and shipping was free. One of the best guitars he's ever played, and it can go from blues, country, jazz to metal and shred. The best thing is it only weighs 6.9 pounds. He plays it just about every day, and it's definitely a workhorse for sure. So that's each guitar that he owns and his take on it. He says a few will be sold this year, traded for better guitars. He usually plays through his Line 6 Podgo or Bagheera tube amp. Thanks so much, Pete, for sending these pictures in. I really hope you've enjoyed it, and I hope that everybody listening has enjoyed it too. So there we go. That is Pete Brown's lovely guitar collection. I have put my mic back on. We have so much technical stuff going on here. You wouldn't believe how much one guy has to do to make this work. It's such a Heath Robinson setup, but you know, I'm really pleased. Hopefully you didn't get as many jitters in that video as I got. I think it's because I'm trying to check out if Grumpy Mike's back in. And I've just realized as well, we're at 24 minutes. So I'm approaching that hour moment now, guys. But I'm loving the fact that everybody sees and is saying in the comments there that Pete's guitars look great. He's got a really, really nice collection there, and it's enough for anybody to be envious of. And I can't think of many people who deserve it as much as Pete does. So nice one, brother. Really, really nice guitar collection. Hope you're, yeah, Mike was clipping in that clip. Yeah, it wasn't my mic actually, it was the fact that I was trying to look around at the connection for Grumpy Mike. Oh, it looks to me like we have him. Let's put my headphones back on and let's see if we've got him. Here we go. Let's give this a try. Right, where are we? Oh, I know what I need to do. That's what I need to do. Have we got you? Let's. No, it's something I've done, man. I am so sorry, so sorry. At least you got a nice bottle of Jack Daniels in the back there that's giving me a smile tonight. Yeah, I'm gonna. I can hear you the same as when you were on your computer, so I'm pretty sure this is something that I've done. I'm going to quickly give it one more look on OBS and see if I've done something really, really stupid. Let me try this. Desktop audio to monitor and output. Right, let's give this a try. Try that. It's not that. Oh my God. I tested this with my daughter for about 3 or 4 hours last weekend and it was all working absolutely perfectly. As soon as you turn off the OBS, it all seems to reset. It's something to do with going out of the HDMI into the A10 Mini, the streaming switcher that I'm using. So I'm really sorry, brother. I've run out of JD, so I'm now drinking Coke. I think you've gained at least 3 or 4 subs, but come back on and we'll collect some more for you, yeah?
Sounds good. Hang on a second. I'm going to create a message. Hang on. You'll see it.
Okay.
Wait.
Mate. He's checking something out. I can hear in the background very faintly that he's checking something out. Howdy! Oh, love it, brother. That is so cool. Hilarious. Well, look, I'm really sorry that this didn't work out how I hoped. I will have another play around and make sure it works, and please come back on and let's have a proper chat because it's going to be so much fun to catch up with you, brother.
All right. Thanks, Mike. And just stay on long enough. I need to go to sleep and Saturday. So you take care, brother.
And you, brother. Thanks so much, and I'm sorry that this messed up.
No problem.
Cheers, man. Oh my goodness. What a nightmare. We do have a small, I'm just going to shut that window down. Oh, I think I also just managed to shut OBS down. Ah, OBS is already running? No, I didn't. Okay, right, where is OBS already running? Right. Oh, mate. That was an absolute nightmare, but I'm hoping I might still now need to go over to the last video because we're going to get this video in even though I'm right on the limit of the hour. I've made this video for you and I think it's a really, really good news story, so I'm really, really keen to make sure that this works. So I'm going to start by going back to, oh look, yeah, chat's gone. Chat's gone in chat cam. Right. I tell you, I'm normally okay at this technical stuff. Let me see if this video is gonna play and if it's got audio. If it hasn't, we'll save it for next week. There we go. Enjoy. Okay, so some really welcome news this week from a story by Andrew Trendle in the NME on the 4th of February 2021. I'd like to say a big thank you to my buddy Gareth for pointing this story out to me. So, headline is UK music venues to trial health passports to reopen live music safely. The trials will be held in London and Bristol in a collaboration with UCheck Music Venue Trust. UK music venues are set to trial a new system of digital health passports in a bid to reopen live gigs safely. After the coronavirus pandemic made the majority of live gigs impossible over the last 10 months, bar some socially distant shows outside of lockdown, the industry is now looking for ways to reopen live music in a safe manner. Now, it's been announced that the startup company UCheck will be trialling a new digital health passport app, collaborating with the Music Venue Trust in tests that are looking to run with the Government Department for Digital Culture, Media and Sport. The app was originally designed as a ticket/ID system to combat touts, as well as a means of communication between show audiences and fans. It's since been adapted to connect with test and track and trace software. We're working not exclusively with Innova in terms of testing technology that looks for viral load high enough to be contagious with 90% accuracy, UCheck COO Fred Crefting told Industry Event News. With COVID, the incubation period is 2 to 5 days. For the honeymoon phase after the test, it's the shorter the better, which means you're good to go for a full 48 hours. The trials are currently planned in London's 100 Club and the Exchange in Bristol for March, with events at 25% capacity with 2 sets of tests on the same people before trialling at other spaces across the country, with a hope to gradually build up capacity. UCheck's Identity First solution has a lot of potential to help venues and promoters manage risk, said the Music Venue Trust CEO Mark David. It has a fast and thorough authentication process which enables health information to be stored against portable digital identity, and Music Venue Trust is pleased to be working with UCheck to explore how this technology might form part of a comprehensive process which enables us to reopen every venue safely and revive live. This comes after it was announced that the 100 Club is also set to pilot a new ventilation system that aims to wipe out 99.99% of dangerous airborne pathogens, such as coronavirus, within the buildings. The aim of the trial is to prove that the integration of this new system into a building's air conditioning creates an indoor environment that's COVID secure, allowing audience members to return to pre-pandemic normal for Britain's 1,100 theatres and thousands of live music venues. While Glastonbury 2021 was recently cancelled, it's hoped that smaller grassroots gigs can return as soon as the spring, provided the safety measures are met. Once we've established that we can run events that have a higher level of risk management, then you can go back to the government with science to say that you can go back to full capacity, David told the NME. People are saying that nothing will go back to normal until next year. I don't see that as being the outcome. I think it's going to require some ingenuity and inventiveness, but it's possible to continue to imagine how we get back. If the infection rate is reduced quite substantially, or the mortality rate through the vaccine, then there isn't a logical, scientific or mathematical reason why you wouldn't be able to do small capacity gigs in music venues this year. The same doesn't go for all capacity gigs, as it's about risk management. Bringing 500 people together is lesser a risk than bringing 5,000 people together. For larger events, major festival bosses have told NME that they hope to be able to go ahead this summer provided that vaccination targets are met and that speed testing improves, while medical experts say that they would hope for at least 60% of the population to be vaccinated before large gatherings can take place. Primavera Sound Festival's recent trial for the return of gigs with no social distancing but same-day antigen testing found no infection rate, while a study in Germany last year found a low to very low risk of coronavirus spreading at indoor gigs, concluding that good ventilation and social distancing are key. This month we'll see a similar experiment take place in Luxembourg. Meanwhile, yesterday saw 13 more UK grassroots music venues saved from imminent and critical closure, buying them safety until gigs can hopefully safely return this spring. I even put a little ident in there that time for you, just to show that I'm not completely useless. And I've managed to get everything back up and online as well. Oh, guys, I'm really sorry about the technical issues. Let me say a couple of things before I toddle off, because I managed to get this working. And I do want to give a big shout out to my buddy, Big G. Gary is going to be live at 7, the hour before Ben. If you guys want to go over and join him. It's, oh, excuse me, I finished all that Coke. I really need to belch. I'm so sorry about that. So please support Gary. He's a lovely, lovely guy as well. Another one of the absolute troopers from the channel. Can I also say a huge thank you to the great Vanzini. Have one of those, sir. Bless you. Always appreciated, never caught it, but that is really, really kind. For the heck of it, thinking of Mike. Yeah, I'm thinking of Grumpy Mike as well. Oh, I feel so bad for him. And he's just done this as well. We'll get it one day. We'll get it done one day. So let me give you one of those as well, brother. And it is gonna be so much fun when I can get this up and working. I promise I'm gonna do everything I can in my power to make this work. Do check out Grumpy Mike. Do check out Big Gary Tollander, the Big G. He's going live. Please check out Ben Coombs, because he's always a huge support, as are all of my lovely moderators. A big thank you to everybody in blue with a wrench tonight. Bless you. Thank you, Bam Mozzie. Thank you, Terry's 3Gs. What other moderators have we had in? We've had, oh, so many of you. But thank you to all of you for doing that. That last little story there, I am so happy about. I really am, because it gives us all that little tiny extra sense of hope that we could be coming out of this, and that we could get to the situation where we can get back out, go back to the live gigs, live venues. I can work again in my chosen industry. Not that I'm not loving what I'm doing. Oh, thank you, Pete. That's really, really sweet of you. Let me go over there. Thanks for the video. It was awesome, brother. It was absolutely my pleasure. Thank you for the super chat. Have one of those. Bless you. Thank you so much indeed. Thanks to James Mears as well for being another one of my lovely, lovely moderators. And what's more, another lovely one of my patrons as well. Thank you, James. Always an absolute joy to see you here. So yeah, I am really, really pleased. I think we've all got something to look forward to. And I think in these days, it's always lovely to find something to say that is positive, because unfortunately, when you look at the news, when you look at what's happening, if you look at politics, if you look at the state of the pandemic worldwide, if you look at the state of the environment, we don't have a lot to hang on to, but we need more to hang on to. So if you guys have got any great news stories that you want to send me, I would love to feature those. Really, really happy. Loved doing Pete Brown's guitars tonight. That was so cool. And I really hope you've enjoyed it. I'm sorry that we've gone way over. We've gone 8 minutes over. I feel really bad, because I made a firm, solid promise to you guys when we started doing these weekly that I was going to make sure that I had content, good, juicy, excellent content to go in here. And that's why I've been making videos to go in these slots, and I hope you're really enjoying it. It seems like you are, because there's lots of you watching, coming back each week. But I have also promised that I'm going to try and keep them between 30 minutes and an hour. But the thing is, I have such a good time with you guys. I could easily go on for 2 hours, but I know that this is just about the right length. And also, I know that any second now, Pete Thorne's going to start streaming, and then we can forget it. No, I'm only joking. You guys would watch me rather than Pete Thorne, right? Yeah, I'm sure you would. But I really hope you've enjoyed it tonight. As always, I absolutely love hanging out with you guys on a Sunday night. I could do it for hours and hours, but I'm gonna have to do the thing and pull the plug, because we are now almost 10 minutes over. So look, I'm going to go back over to this camera and I'm going to wish you all a very happy and safe week, brothers and sisters, and sending you much love on this Valentine's show. We didn't do any sloppy, soppy Valentine's stuff, but doesn't mean to say I don't love you. I really do. Thank you so much for the support. Thank you always for being here every week. Big thank you to Pete Brown for sending in his stuff. Big thanks to Gavin and all the guys that have sent in stuff for me to do this week. Big thank you to Grumpy Mike Guitar. And I'm so sorry that that went a little bit AWOL tonight. We'll make it work. But in the meantime, as always, my good friends, you take good care.